The revenge tour against the establishment that President Trump promised is now fully underway, and it's spectacular to behold. In one of the boldest moves yet, Trump and Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent have announced a 90-day freeze of the IRS hunting for fraud and waste while preparing to fire a staggering 45,000 IRS agents. Does that mean we still have to file on April 15th? Is there a law? Well, this is a systematic dismantling of the weaponized bureaucracy that targeted conservatives for years. Meanwhile, gas prices are plummeting nationwide, down nearly 40 cents a gallon from last year in Pennsylvania, and hitting $2.89 in Georgia per gallon. The economic turnaround is happening in real time, folks. After years of inflation and struggle, American workers are finally getting the relief that they deserve. And when fighting the deep state, you need all your strength and energy, not pain holding you back. That's why Dr. Josh's turmeric hack for inflammation is such a game changer. While the establishment was busy weaponizing government against you, they're also keeping this pain solution secret. Regular turmeric helps a little, but Dr. Josh discovered a special extract that's 200 times more powerful, switching off pain at its source. After 20 years helping Americans break free from constant aches, his revolutionary formula has become the backbone of their success. No more expensive surgeries or addictive medications, just natural, lasting relief. Experience the freedom at goldenrevive.com/NNN. The link is below this video. Okay. Let's get into it here. Matt Bailey was in D.C. for us before I touched down today. He filed this report. Let's check it out.
The Art Institute.
Happy Paddy's Day, America!
Conor McGregor, the boxing star there, kicking off everyone's St. Patrick's Day week.
What is going on in Ireland is a travesty. Our government is the government of zero action with zero accountability. You know, our money is being spent on overseas issues that has nothing to do with the Irish people. The illegal immigration racket is running ravage on the country. There are rural towns in Ireland that have been overrun in one swoop, that have become a minority in one swoop. So issues need to be addressed. And the 40 million Irish Americans, as I said, need to hear this, because if not, there will be no place to come home and visit.
And that week ahead looks great for President Donald Trump. On Friday, Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer handed the president a win when he did an about-face and voted for this stopgap spending bill that Democrats did not want. This continuing resolution will fund the government through September. Now, Schumer spun his call for Democrats to join him, and about 8 did. He spun his call for the vote as the only way to stop the president from grabbing more power and alleging that Trump would use the shutdown to deem whole agencies non-essential. And Schumer even fearmongered that a shutdown could allow Trump and Doge's Elon Musk to render whole sections of the government null and void and defund them. Of course, we know the real reason Schumer pulled his weight to keep the government open. It's what the American people want. Democrats' poll numbers are still in the toilet, nearly half a year after getting shellacked at the ballot box. And they haven't learned. They have not learned. Pardon my bumping the microphone. They have not learned. They are still fighting their Trump derangement system. And what Democrats want for the country and what voters want for the country are vastly different things. Of course, most on the left in Congress are livid with Schumer. Some have even called for his ouster as Senate leader. Why? Because the most progressive in the party still care more about beating Donald Trump than they do about working together to deliver results for the American people. Think about this. They were willing to sacrifice the paychecks of everyday workers and put families at risk across this country because of their anti-Trump vendetta. And I suspect White House Press Secretary will respond similarly when asked about this in her press briefing today, because the averted shutdown is sure to dominate. Now, President Trump will go to the Kennedy Center today, his first time there since becoming chairman of the Art Institution's board. And of course, we saw famed boxer Conor McGregor there at the White House. He also took questions in little quotes, in the briefing room today. Take a look. Congress is out this week, so we're watching the White House very closely, in particular for more executive orders to continue closing down the Department of Education, wrapping that up under Linda McMahon's watch, and hoping for good news related to the ceasefire that the administration is brokering between Ukraine and Russia. In fact, President Trump teased an announcement on that front coming Tuesday, so tomorrow. He teased that announcement while aboard Air Force One last night. Next News Network's own Gary Franchi will also be reporting from the White House this week, starting tomorrow. In Washington, I'm Matt Bailey.
Thank you for filing that report, Matt. Excellent. Well done. Speaking of well done, this reporter is now well done. Check out what Trump said to this guy at the Kennedy Center.
That's the same.
Sir, and when you signed the CR,
Who are you with?
Sir, I'm with NBC News.
That's the same one. I don't want to talk to NBC anymore. I think you're so discredited.
Mr. President. Sir, and when you signed the CR,
Who are you with?
Sir, I'm with NBC News.
That's the same one. I don't want to talk to NBC anymore. I think you're so discredited.
Mr. President. Oh, you need some ice for that burn, girl. Oh man. Here's Caroline Leavitt. 3 hours ago, America has a commander-in-chief whose peace through strength approach is unwavering. As Trump said, no terrorist force will stop American commercial and naval vessels from freely sailing throughout the world. Yeah, this is when President Trump was witnessing the attacks in real time. There's a photo you'll never see.
These unacceptable attacks. President Trump ordered decisive military action against the Houthi terrorists in Yemen. These Houthi terrorists have engaged in piracy, violence, and terrorism against American ships for years under the Biden administration, costing billions of dollars and putting innocent lives at risk. Joe Biden's pathetic weakness invited these unacceptable attacks. But there's a new sheriff in town, and his name is Donald Trump. And the world is officially on notice. America has a commander-in-chief whose peace through strength approach is unwavering and should not be tested. As the president said, no terrorist force will stop American commercial and naval vessels from freely sailing throughout the world. Houthi terrorists and their Iranian backers should not cross President Trump again, and the president has made that clear today. President
Oh yeah, baby, peace through strength is here. Here's the press secretary on Wall Street and Main Street should be assured.
Restoring wealth. We are in a period of transition. The president has made that clear. He also has made his belief in tariffs and what they will do for our great country clear, restoring wealth back to our country. And if you look at the president's first-term economic formula, massive deregulation, tax cuts, lowering the cost of living with an energy boom, which the American people can expect soon. Wall Street and Main Street should both be assured by what President Trump did in his first term. It's the exact same formula. In fact, I would argue it's even better this time around. And if you look at some of the economic indicators in the last week, the latest CPI report last week beat expectations. Inflation is cooling. Core inflation dropped for the first time in 4 months. The national average of the price of gas is down 42 cents from 1 year ago. And there was also a new report out this morning about wholesale egg prices. They continue to fall. A dozen eggs are now $3.10 cheaper since January 24th. First, that's a 47% decrease overall. So I think the American people do have great reason to be optimistic about this economy. And as I've said repeatedly, it continues to be true. The administration has a whole of government effort to fix the economic mess created by Biden.
Yep, we're going to break a few eggs, baby. And it's going to be a little painful at first, but this is transitional. Remember that, okay? And egg prices are coming down. Here's a post from Carter Hughes. On March 6th, President Trump and Scott Bessent plan to freeze the IRS for 90 days to find fraud, in addition to firing 45,000 IRS agents. A genius idea. I welcome it. And here we have a private citizen, Mila Joy, posting this. A private citizen took it upon himself to save stranded astronauts when the government refused. This is the plot of an action movie. Elon Musk is incredible. Remember these guys stranded in space by Joe Biden, right? Finally rescued by Elon Musk, the guy whose Tesla dealerships are being burned by the left right now. Look at that. I mean, it's just a beautiful moment right there for the world to see. Joe Biden didn't do it. President Trump and Elon Musk did it. We've got more here. Let's keep going. President's Day. Here we have a press secretary responding to the low-level French politician who apparently wants the Statue of Liberty back. Oh, really? Yeah, come and get it, dude.
President Trump. There is now a member of the European Parliament from France who does not think the U.S. represents the values of the Statue of Liberty anymore. They want the Statue of Liberty back. So is President Trump going to send the Statue of Liberty back to France?
Absolutely not. And my advice to that unnamed low-level French politician would be to remind them that it's only because of the United States of America that the French are not speaking German right now. So they should be very grateful to...
Oh, man. How beautiful. Beautiful response. Oh, here we have more of the press secretary just a few hours ago on the strike on the Houthi terrorists.
Military action against the Houthi terror. The president has had a very busy weekend, making our country and the world a much safer place. President Trump ordered decisive military action against the Houthi terrorists in Yemen. These Houthi terrorists have engaged in piracy, violence, and...
We played that clip. My bad. Okay, we've got more. Let's keep going. So much is going on in the world today. Here's Pete Hegseth sharing what Trump said to him after choosing him for defense secretary. And he is talking with Megyn Kelly.
How's it going with Trump right now? Is he so far standing by you, and have you spoken to him?
Two things he said to me when I left his office when he chose me was, you're going to need to be tough as shit. You're going to need to be tough as shit. But he paused again as I was walking away and said, but you're the man for this moment. I chose you because you're the guy that's going to put the war fighters first. We haven't had that. We need a guy that's kicked down doors and understands the consequences of war and why us deterring war, fighting it, and winning it is important. But ultimately, he reiterated the same thing this morning. Hey, Pete, I got your back. It's a fight. They're coming after you. Get after it.
How's it going with Trump?
Think about that. I mean, our last defense secretary was like masked up and just an embarrassment. Just pushing all the woke agenda stuff. Here we have the Secretary of the Treasury posting, our administration, the American people are focused on the real economy, not fake news, polling, or vibe sessions. What?
As from what's happened, look, what I am not going to say that went on for a long time under the Biden administration and for a lot of the media, and I'm not going to point fingers, but they used to say it was a vibe session and the American people don't know what they talk about. And Donald Trump, his administration, myself, all believe that the American people know what they're feeling and that we believe that our policies will change that. Clearly, they are traumatized from what's happened with this affordability crisis that was brought on by the previous administration. They want relief. We've been in for 8 weeks. We are putting the policies in place that will make the affordability crisis go down, inflation moderate, and that as we set the sails, I am confident that the American people will come our way, even if some of the media narrative doesn't. Look,
but we are the media now, so don't you worry about a thing, my friend. Don't you worry about a thing. Let's see. The press secretary addressing the devastating storms across the U.S. Yeah, just the other night, I found myself and my family in the basement as the tornado sirens were blaring outside. It was a terrifying moment. You know, we live in an area that's vulnerable to tornadoes, and I'll tell you, man, when that happens, like my wife Angie, she full mama bear mode, gets everyone in the basement. You know, I'm sitting there and I'm like monitoring all the weather radar stuff that's happening, and you know, trying to keep the kids occupied. Terrifying. So let's hear what she had to say.
As of this first today, I want to address the devastating tornadoes and storms that have impacted many states throughout the South and the Midwest. As of this morning, more than 40 innocent lives have been lost and many communities have been totally destroyed. The president has been actively monitoring the situation, and the Trump administration is engaged with governors and local officials to restore affected communities and livelihoods. Everyone impacted is in our prayers, and President Trump is fully prepared to assist state and local officials as they recover from the horrific damage. First today,
40 lives lost. Oh man. Here we have more from the Small Business Administration. Manufacturers understand that President Trump's policies mean more jobs, less reliance on foreign supply chains, and a robust blue-collar boom. Yeah, remember during the pandemic, all the supply chain disruptions? Yeah, you can take the globalist agenda for that, right? Selling out all of American jobs overseas and then making us dependent upon whatever they import. And then the Wuhan flu shows up, shuts everything down. Come on, let's hear this. This is a testimony from one of the small businesses who make up 99% of the manufacturers in America.
Become an extreme challenge. My name is John DeSalvo. My business is Archimed. We manufacture sterilization cases and trays at a very fast and focused pace. I think President Trump's America First policies are going to be crucial for the success and growth of small businesses across this nation. Over the last few years, I think some of the biggest challenges within this industry have been making sure that our supply chain has what it needs. Being dependent on outside sources has in many ways become an extreme challenge for us. I think also that Made in America needs to focus on how we're going to develop youth and the underrepresented population to learn more about manufacturing jobs and small business jobs to ultimately create great jobs across this state and across this nation. To have Administrator Loeffler here highlighting our small business shows a great level of support for what it means for the policies and the growth of small businesses across this nation. The Small Business Administration has aided us through implementing and assisting in the right policies as well as the right support in order for us to see growth. One of the guiding principles of this organization and this executive leadership team, all the way down to our team leaders, is to make sure we treat our employees so well that our customers feel it.
Made in America, baby. It's coming back. It's coming back with a vengeance. It's about damn time. Here we have Secretary of Defense thanking the notorious MMA, Conor McGregor.
America, I'm here with you. Hey, I'm here with the one and only Conor McGregor. You got a message for the troops?
Yes, to the notorious Conor McGregor here. This is a message to the great troops of the United States of America. I'm here with your Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth. You're in good hands. Men, women, keep fighting the good fight. Fight, 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 as the big man says. Let's go, troops of America. God bless.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you, sir. God bless us. Thank you.
Oh, man. Oh, dude, did you get chills? I got chills. I got chills watching that, man. Oh, I got some serious chills. Oh, yeah. Here we have across central Pennsylvania, gas prices hovering around $3.12 a gallon, nearly 40 cents cheaper than last year. Yeah, how about we put those stickers back on the gas pumps, but this time we'll put President Trump on them and say, I did that, right? How about that, right? It's a great and well-deserved relief. Rapid Response posting, American Leadership Matters. This looks like a local news report.
Taking advantage, West Manchester Township is full of activity as drivers race to take advantage of cheaper gas prices.
Very happy to see the results of it coming down.
Over the past few weeks, gas stations across Carlisle Road have seen their gas prices steadily drop below $3 a gallon. Wawa selling the cheapest gas at $2.74 a gallon. Drivers say they are watching the price drop with delight and taking advantage of the savings.
It's a great and well-deserved relief that everybody, I'm sure, can company too.
We have a war here. When one goes dropping, the other one's dropping, man. It's unbelievable.
Across the region, gas prices are hovering around $3.12 a gallon, which is nearly 40 cents cheaper compared to last year. Donnie Lee Spiegel with AAA Central Penn says the dip can be partly attributed to the decrease in oil prices.
So as the production increases, our demand has been on point for this time of year.
West Manchester Township is full of activity.
Okay, so next time you see those clips of like Democrats screaming, Donald Trump didn't do anything. He's not doing anything for us. Blah, 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 blah. He lied to you. Yeah. Show them this, please. Okay? But you don't really have to because they're going to go to the gas, get gas for their car, and they're going to see it for themselves in front of their face. And then all the stickers are going to start popping up. I did that, right? I love it. Oh, you know what's going to happen. Someone's going to do it. Someone's going to steal my idea. And then they're going to make $1 million on it. Okay, and then what do we got here? Okay, rapid response 47. Scott Bessent, Secretary Scott Bessent, now that inflation has slowed, prices are still at high absolute. There are 3 ways to cure that. Real wage growth, getting prices down, tax cuts for working class Americans. How about just get rid of the IRS altogether? Can we just do that, please?
And now that inflation has slowed, prices are still at high absolute level. And there are 3 ways to cure that. One, through real wage growth, which we're going to do through bringing back manufacturers and high-paying jobs. 2, through getting prices down. And then 3, through tax cuts for working-class Americans. Because if you think about it, no tax on tips, no tax on Social Security, no tax on overtime, perhaps deductibility for auto loans. That's all for the bottom 50% of wage earners who've gotten killed. They got killed in Joe Biden's America. Mm-hmm. So President Trump believes that he won on the affordability crisis and in immigration. He's going to solve both of them. But this is all addressing the affordability crisis and giving economic relief and economic security to working Americans. Now,
let's go, baby. Let's keep it going. This is only the beginning, my friends. We're only at the beginning of this administration. What was it, day 57? And gas prices already coming down. You can make omelets again without having to like raid your kid's piggy bank. I mean, come on, baby. Let's go. I'm so excited. Okay, so here is the post President Trump made 8 hours ago on Truth Social. Let nobody be fooled. The hundreds of attacks being made by Houthi, the sinister mobsters and thugs based in Yemen, who are hated by the Yemeni people, all emanate from and are created by Iran. Any further attack or retaliation by the Houthis will be met by great force, and there's no guarantee the force will stop there. Iran has played the innocent victim of rogue terrorists from which they've lost control, but they haven't lost control. They're dictating every single move. There will be consequences, and they will be dire. Signed, President of the United States, Donald J. Trump. Representative Andrew Clyde, celebrating the gas prices plummeting nationwide, including in the Peach State. And he was, quote, tweeting rapid response just 9 hours ago. Check that out. Right there on your screen. Screenshot this. Send it to somebody. Okay? Georgia, today, gas prices $2.89 a gallon. A year ago, $3.36 a gallon. The record high was in 2022, $4.50 a gallon. Oh, and it adds up. Here we have more. 8 hours ago, the national wholesale price of eggs fell for the 3rd week in a row. Remember, we were talking about this about 2 weeks ago. Okay? The Secretary of the Interior was coming up with a solution, and honestly, I'm a little shocked that it took root so quickly. But this administration doesn't do anything slowly. The national wholesale price of eggs fell for a 3rd week in a row. The average price now sits at $4.15 per dozen. That's down from $8 a couple of weeks ago. $8 for a dozen eggs? Holy cow, man. Trump is making omelets great again. I'm an omelet guy. What kind of eggs do you like? Like, how do you like your eggs? Like I like steak and eggs. Steak and eggs is good. I also like over easy. You know, a little bit of take some bread and dip it in there, or what do they call it when you take the bread and you cut the center out and you crack the egg into it and you cook it. Yeah. Oh, that's good stuff. I'm getting so hungry. Oh, order an omelet, some egg whites, a little bit of sausage, a little ham, a little cheese. Oh, yeah, baby. Come on. Making eggs great again. Okay, what do we have here? I think she's right 100%, but you as a nation pay the tariff, not the exporting country. That's what she's saying. If you go to war with China, you will have other sources for aluminum and steel. It will just cost more. I'm not going to play this clip. This looks like it's from HBO. Can't play those. Sorry. But I'll retweet it. You can go find it on our X account. Here, boom, done, reposted. Check it out. Okay, let's keep going. Let's go here. Secretary of the Treasury, our administration and the American people are focused on the real economy. Oh, we just played that. Oh, we played that. We played that one too. Okay, yeah, looks like we got it all wrapped up here. Oh, there's a video.
In customer demand. Well, good news about egg prices. The national wholesale price of eggs fell for the third week in a row. The USDA reports the average price now sits at $4.15 per dozen. That's down from $8 just a couple of weeks ago. Officials point to fewer bird flu outbreaks and a decline in customer demand. Shoppers have pulled back on their purchases, allowing supplies to resettle at normal volumes. And the Justice Department is now looking into whether egg producers artificially increased pricing or limited supply of eggs to the public. Well, good news.
Oh, there's going to be some cracked eggs on that one. So what we're witnessing is the systematic undoing of the administrative state that has strangled our economy and persecuted ordinary Americans for decades. President Trump isn't just making policy changes, he is ripping out corruption by the roots. The 45,000 IRS agents being fired were never meant to go after billionaires. They were meant to harass small business owners, conservatives, and working class Americans who dare to challenge the establishment. Now they're being shown the door, and the swamp creatures are panicking. Real wages are growing. Gas prices are falling. Yes, and egg prices coming down. Yeah, the American worker finally catching a break. But here's the real question I want you to wrestle with. Okay, we can hash it out in the comments here. Is Trump going far enough to dismantle the deep state apparatus, or should he be even more aggressive in rooting out the corruption? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below and show your support for the Next News Network when you buy a hat and you wear it on the street and I see you and we shake hands and we take a selfie. Can we do that? Down in the comments, in the description, it is linked. shop.nextnewsnetwork.com.